My beloved child, listen to me carefully in this moment. The storm over your life is breaking. What has surrounded you with noise, confusion, pressure, and uncertainty is losing its power even now. This is not poetry. This is not wishful thinking. This is movement in the spirit. The winds that once felt relentless are shifting, and the clouds that darkened your vision are beginning to part. You have felt the weight of this season. You have wondered how much longer you could endure it. But I tell you now, this message has reached you at the appointed time. Not yesterday, not next month. Now, something is changing, and you must not ignore it. Do not scroll past this moment. Do not dismiss it as coincidence. I am speaking directly to you because the transition has already begun. The storm was loud, but it was not permanent. It shook you, but it did not uproot you. You thought you were barely holding on, yet I was holding you the entire time. What you interpreted as chaos was clearing. What you thought was destruction was preparation. The breaking of the storm is not the end of your story. It is the unveiling of your new season. My child, before you step forward, you must recognize this shift. Agree with me. Align your heart with what I am doing. If this message resonates within your spirit, acknowledge it. Let your faith respond. Like this video as a declaration that you believe the storm is breaking. Share it with someone who is still standing in heavy winds and needs to know relief is coming. Comment, I am stepping into my new season, and let those words become your confession of faith. And subscribe, so you do not miss the next word I release to guide you through what is unfolding. Something is being revealed to you in this hour. The sky is clearing, but you must lift your eyes to see it. Stay with me, my beloved child, because I am about to show you why the storm had to break, and what awaits you on the other side. My beloved child, I saw every moment of that storm. I saw the nights when you lay awake, staring into the darkness, wondering how everything became so heavy. I saw the silent questions you were too tired to even pray out loud. You tried to be strong. You tried to keep moving. You told others you were fine. But deep within, you were weary. You smiled in public, yet in private you felt the weight pressing against your chest. You replayed conversations in your mind. You questioned decisions. You wondered if you had missed a sign, taken a wrong turn, or somehow delayed your own breakthrough. There were days you felt forgotten. Days you felt unseen. Days you asked me, are you still with me? My beloved child, I never left you. When you felt surrounded by uncertainty, I was your covering. When doors seemed to close without explanation, I was guarding you from what you could not see. When the answers did not come on your timeline, it was not rejection. It was protection. It was alignment. It was love working quietly behind the scenes. I know how tired you became from holding everything together. I know how strong you tried to appear for others while you were breaking inside. You carried responsibilities no one applauded. You fought battles no one recognized. You endured criticism you never deserved. And still, you kept walking. Even when your steps were slow, you did not completely give up. That matters more than you know. You feared that the storm meant I was correcting you or punishing you. But hear me clearly now. You were not being punished. You were being strengthened. You were not being abandoned. You were being anchored. The storm did not come because you failed. It came because you were growing beyond what was comfortable. There were tears you wiped away quickly so no one would notice. There were disappointments you swallowed so you would not seem ungrateful. There were prayers that felt like they hit the ceiling and fell back down. But not one whisper escaped my attention. Not one tear was wasted. Not one moment of confusion was unseen. You felt stretched. You felt delayed. You felt overlooked. Yet even in that place, I was shaping endurance within you. I was teaching you to stand without immediate reassurance. I was building roots beneath the surface while everything above ground looked uncertain. My beloved child, you are more seen than you realize. You are more chosen than you understand. The very season that made you question your strength has revealed just how resilient you are. And now, as the storm begins to break, I want you to know this truth deep in your heart. You survived not because you are lucky, but because I was sustaining you every step of the way. My beloved child, now that the storm is breaking, you must understand why it came. Not every storm is sent to destroy. Some storms are sent to reveal. Some winds come not to scatter you, but to clear what was blocking your view. What you thought was the unraveling of your life was, in truth, the unraveling of limitations that could not follow you into your new season. You believed the resistance meant you were off course. You assumed the struggle was a sign that you had disappointed me. But I tell you gently and firmly that belief was never from me. Growth often feels like pressure. Expansion often feels like stretching. When roots grow deeper, the surface may shake. The storm was not proof of your failure. It was evidence that you were outgrowing where you once stood. There were mindsets you developed just to survive. You learned to expect disappointment so you would not feel it as sharply. You learned to guard your heart so tightly that hope felt dangerous. You prepared for loss before joy even had a chance to arrive. Those patterns helped you endure the storm, but they cannot lead you into the new season. My beloved child, you cannot step into sunlight while still bracing for rain. The storm exposed fears you did not know were guiding you. It revealed where trust had quietly weakened. It showed you how much you were carrying alone instead of placing it fully in my hands. This is not condemnation. This is clarity. I am not pointing out your weakness to shame you. I am revealing it so you can be free. You thought delay meant denial. You thought closed doors meant disfavor. But many of those doors were not aligned with who you are becoming. If I had allowed them to open, they would have anchored you to a smaller version of your destiny. The storm disrupted what would have confined you. Understand this. Transition often feels like loss before it feels like breakthrough. When the wind strips the trees, it looks barren. But that stripping makes room for new growth. What fell away was not your future, it was what could not sustain your future. Release the identity you formed in survival mode. You are not merely the one who endured hardship. You are the one who is stepping into purpose. You are not defined by what tried to break you. You are defined by the strength that rose within you because I was shaping you through it all. Lift your perspective now. See beyond the damage. See the clearing sky. The storm was not your ending. It was your transition. And the truth I reveal to you today is this. You are not behind. You are right on time. And your new season requires the faith to think differently than you did before. My beloved child, lift your head now. The same winds that once pushed against you have strengthened your stance. You feel tired, yes, but you are not weak. You feel cautious, but you are not broken. You are forged. You are refined. You are steadier than you were before the storm ever began. Do not measure your strength by how you felt in your lowest moment. Measure it by the fact that you are still standing. Measure it by the faith that refused to die, even when it flickered. Measure it by the quiet determination that kept you moving when everything in you wanted to stop. That was not accidental resilience. That was my hand sustaining you. As you step into this new season, understand that you are not entering empty-handed. You carry wisdom you did not have before. You carry discernment shaped by experience. You carry compassion born from pain. Nothing you endured was wasted. The tears watered something deeper than you could see. The waiting built endurance that will now support your growth. What feels delayed has not been denied. Timing in my hands is never careless. While you thought you were stuck, I was aligning circumstances. While you felt overlooked, I was preparing spaces where your presence will matter. While you questioned if doors would ever open again, I was ensuring the right ones would. You are not stepping into uncertainty alone. I go before you. I stand behind you. I walk beside you. This next season will require courage, but it will also bring clarity. It will require trust, but it will also bring confirmation. The storm has trained you not to panic at pressure. It has taught you to breathe through difficulty. Its strength will now serve you. I promise you this, my beloved child, what is meant for you will not pass you by. What I have spoken over your life cannot be erased by temporary hardship. Restoration is not a distant dream. It is part of your path. Joy will return in ways that feel unfamiliar at first. Peace will settle where anxiety once ruled. Confidence will rise where doubt once whispered. Do not shrink back because you remember the storm. Do not hold yourself small because you fear another wave. You are covered. You are guided. You are prepared. The sky is clearer now, not because life will never challenge you again, but because you see differently. You know now that storms do not have the final word. I do. And I am leading you forward into a season that reflects the strength you gained and the promise I have always held over your life. My beloved child, now is the moment to step forward. The storm is breaking, and you cannot remain where you learned to survive. You must move where you are called to live. Release the fear that kept you guarded. Release the doubt that kept you hesitant. Release the memory of the wind as proof that it will always return. This is your transition. I invite you now into a decision. Not a loud decision for others to see, but a quiet agreement within your heart. Say within yourself, I receive my new season. Let those words settle into your spirit. Let them replace the old narrative. You are not waiting for permission anymore. You are responding to my leading. Trust me with the steps ahead. You do not need to see the entire path to take the next step. I will guide you in clarity. I will correct you gently if you wander. I will steady you when you feel uncertain. The same presence that carried you through the storm will carry you into sunlight. Do not rehearse the pain of yesterday as you walk into tomorrow. Do not keep scanning the horizon for dark clouds when the sky is clearing above you. Breathe. Stand still for a moment and feel the peace returning. That calm you sense is not fragile. It is my assurance. You were never forgotten. You were never disqualified. You were never abandoned. The storm did not define you. It prepared you. And now, my beloved child, you are stepping into a season shaped by growth, covered in purpose, and anchored in my love. Walk forward with steady confidence. Speak with renewed hope. Step good through again. I am with you. I go before you. The storm is breaking, and your new season has already begun. My beloved child, if this message has spoken to your heart, then understand this. When you sow into this work, you are helping me reach another weary soul standing in their own storm. Every seed you release becomes light in someone else's darkness. Just as I have declared that the storm is breaking over you, your giving becomes rain that awakens hope in another life. I have said, give, and it shall be given unto you. Pressed down, shaken together, and running over. This is not distant scripture. This is my living promise over you. When you act in generosity, you align yourself with heaven's flow. If you feel the stirring right now, that is not pressure. That is invitation. This is your moment to move from being encouraged to becoming a carrier of encouragement. Through super thanks or a PayPal donation, you are sowing into the harvest of restored faith. The PayPal link is in the description, and the QR code is placed in this video so you can act immediately. Do not delay what I am prompting you to do. Your gift is not small. It is oil that keeps this lamp burning. It is seed that multiplies across nations. It is obedience that opens windows over your own life. As you give, I bless your household with provision. I bless your work with increase. I bless your obedience with peace. What you release in faith, I return in abundance. Step into this act boldly. Sow the seed. Support the mission. Let your generosity become part of someone else's new season.